You are not leaving before we get restitution. Excuse me! Excuse me! And then you see the two guards that have been looking at you. They start walking towards you guys. What is the matter? What is going on here? What is the meaning of this?
I need you to speak with my muscles here, and I'm gonna tell Hazel to run.
Are you looking for work?
What's the job? What you got in mind?
You say you find stuff.
Pretty good at it sometimes, yeah.
No matter how dangerous.
A 12 is insufficient.
Are you kidding me?
You are the worst healer I have ever seen, Hazel.
I know! I wasn't meant for this life! Have you seen me out here? Is anything going well? No! Can I do anything? No! I'm falling over, I can't heal, I hate this!
Here, Hazel, have a good berry that's been roasted on the fire. Alright, Steve, the guitar.
Steven.
We don't need Sirenscape. We have Steven today.
We do. We have Stevescape.
Yeah, I'm way shittier than Sirenscape. It's okay.
Can everybody hear?
Yes.
Yes.
Previously, after having received your boons from Kalaim, transport and being sponsored by Jean-Baptiste Duval and Arcane Echoes, you managed to name your team, your adventuring group, the Jalavantiers, spelled with a G. You left Contech in a carriage provided to you with Bigsby Worthington, the bugbear charioteer? Question mark? I don't know. Carriageteer? I don't know. Forgot. I don't know. Made your way to Coachman. Thank you.
I was like, our carriage, bitch.
I couldn't think of it. Vagari insulted the horses, and they retaliated in kind. Frank was not too pleased. You made your way across, essentially, the continental Sagen, made it to Alado, the bustling cultural capital of Sagen, where you all got new looks. You made your way onto a riverboat, down into the Ardesian Ocean, across the sea, and into Shalheel, where the very first of your boons, Shun, meeting once again with his lost wife, Sophia, would be the first of the re-encounters, or the next steps in each one of your journeys. You met Jovan Ishkander, a former nomad of the Ishkathari, who has taken up residence in Shalheel, running a small inn, but also seemingly running a smuggling business on the side. He took you in and arranged for you guys to meet at a safe house later that evening. When you parted ways, Shun to go meet his wife, and the rest of you to go to the safe house, Hazel and Pugi, you decided to follow Shun just to keep an eye on him. Sabir and Vagari, you guys made your way to the safe house, and both Shun, Vagari, and Sabir were reunited with people from their previous lives, although maybe not necessarily in ways that you all expected. Vagari and Sabir, you were ambushed by Ruick and a number of other seemingly bounty hunters that damn nearly killed you, but you managed to make it to the safe house in time. Shun, you went to the Hanging Gardens to meet your wife, and what was meant to be a tender reunion met with a loving embrace was instead met with a poisoned steel blade in your side. Hazel and Pugi jumped into action to come to your aid, but Sophia got away, and you made your way into one of your old hidey holes, leading Hazel and Pugi through the city, avoiding detection from guards and bounty hunters hunting you all down alike, to rest for the rest of the evening. You all communicated with each other before taking your long rest. Well, we'll pick up there. Shun and Hazel, you guys are in your little hidey hole. Vagari and Sabir, you guys have been shown to. You're not really given a room, but there's like bunk beds that are lined up in sort of like a large like space in this safe house, and
Like
there's a number of
hostel.
people. Yeah, I guess it's kind of like a. I mean, it's a safe house. I don't know. It's like I guess you can call it a hostel, like bunk beds, and you can see that there's like families and people here that are like arriving, and some of them planning to leave, some of them like like from all sorts of parts of Al-Kut, presumably the world as well. So you guys have been given like a little corner bunk bed there for you guys to stay the night. Shun, Hazel, and Byyyeee are in a hidey hole, presumably like a. I don't know, Shun. Why don't you tell me where did you guys, of your hiding locations, in Shalheel, what does this look like? What does this look like? Where is this?
Following some alleys and going behind a few of like the bazaars, merchants, tucked away in almost like the corner of a corner, there would have been kind of a recessed, almost abandoned area that had been covered up over a cover-up and almost forgotten, and Shun had somehow found this place. So no windows, no light, it's just space. Not much, but it gets the job done. The floor leaks. There's entrances for all kinds of animals and bugs, but it at least is out of sight. It's relatively quiet. You can barely hear the muffles of everything because, again, it has been built over. And it's safe, most importantly.
It's the moments before, I guess, going to bed. You still have a couple of hours. At this point, you still have a couple of hours on your telepathy spores from the Myconids. Hazel, did you tell them that Shun's meeting went down the way that it did?
Yes, I kept them updated during the actual like fight kind of thing itself, and then let them know that we were. I think I let them know that we were then on the way and not going to return to the safe house, if I remember.
Yeah, we
correctly.
basically left it at, if anything else happens, let us know, but otherwise we're looking pretty rough after our ambush, and it may be better for us to stay here unless, like, you urgently need us to come out.
And
Oh.
I think Shun had gone to bed, and Hazel was
Yeah, you
keeping
and,
watch.
Doing the watch.
you and Pudgy were, like, doing guard watch swaps.
Mm-hmm.
And you both also got notes off of the individuals that you each met. Shun got a note basically from Kazan explaining that he's in league with Ruik, who was instructed for the ambush for Vagari and Sabir, to basically track them down, keep an eye on them, and ambush them at an opportunity. And in the note, it also read that it basically instructed Sophia to bring Shun to him, but if escape occurred, to meet in Muzbarak because he has a lead on her in Muzbarak. That's the next point, and that getting her will bring Shun to them is basically what you can infer from the letter. And Vagari and Sahir, I don't know if you guys have heard the name Kazan before, but the note that was found on the goblin was basically follow Ruik. This is instructions from Kazan. Capture the Goliath. The cub doesn't matter. Severe could die, and then ignore the rest of them. That capturing Vagari is the most important thing.
He wants to enslave me and make me his bride.
Over
Gross.
my dead body.
All right.
I mean,
So-
Rick, I know I'm like hot, but totally not your type.
Just can't resist all those
or
abs.
he's not your type.
Touche.
Okay, Hazel, perception check for your first watch.
Woohoo! Let's see. 12 plus 6, 18.
18. It's a little. At this point, it's probably middle of the evening, maybe like 9 p.m. ish. So you're gonna watch from like 9 to midnight, at least for a little bit. You guys will have a moment where there's no nobody will be able to stay watch. So 9 to midnight sort of watch. The activity in the street starts to come down. And with an 18, you do notice that there are more like seedy looking characters that start to come out. Let me. Okay. You gather that the nightlife, while it is, abundant and there's celebration and there's all sorts of people going out drinking, having a good time, smoking hookah, whatever the case may be, going to brothels, you make note of some people that look like they're like on the hunt. Like these aren't just tradesmen and merchants and sailors. Like there are some people like local, like some people that might be locals that are kind of like looking for something. You managed to stay undetected. This is a well-practiced sort of area that Shun has been able to acquire, so undetected. But you notice that there are people kind of searching. And then Byyyeee told you to wake him up when you're ready to end your shift.
Alright, well then, if my shift has come to an end, then I will go and switch places with Byyyeee and rest for a little bit.
Byyyeee, you shake him up a little bit. Shun snoring, maybe not snoring, sleeping off in the corner. Byyyeee wakes up and... You good?
Yeah, I'm fine. Everything seemed like okay, but it was a little odd out there. I think people are like, they seem to be maybe, I don't know. I don't know if they're searching for someone or something, but it just seemed a little off. It didn't seem like everybody out there was just regular people out on the streets, so I don't know. I'm sure this is a safe place because Shun picked it. But you might just want to keep an extra eye out.
Yeah, I'll watch for a few hours. You get some rest.
Okay, thanks.
Byyyee's gonna go on his watch. That is... Yeah, 11. Not as good, but he does keep an eye out. His watch also goes unmolested. The hidey hole works very well. Eventually, Byyyeee goes to bed as well. Vigar and Severe, anything you would all like to do?
In this time frame, the spores are still active, or they've probably passed by now.
The spores, you have a couple of hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Do these bunk beds look sturdy, or do they look like something that I would have built in Girl Scouts?
They look sturdy.
Okay. I want to go on the top bunk then, because
the top bunk can
that's where the
support your
queen
weight.
thrives. So I'm gonna plop up on the top bunk and look down from over the rail.
The weight
sorry.
creaks under your weight, but it does hold you.
I thought you said it was sturdy. Okay.
It's sturdy. It can still creak.
I would like to perceive how steady this is. No, I'm just kidding. I look over the edge to Sabir. Sorry, I just kind of assumed that maybe I could take the top bunk since, it's... I'm tall, it's tall. Kind of made sense in my opinion. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, of course. I am cool.
And I'm just looking at like the bottom of the bunk, like trying to see like if
as
the
he's
boards
looking
are
at it,
starting to
I'm
give
like
way.
nuzzling in, like I've never slept in a top bunk before.
I mean, it sure is comfortable. Plus, I mean, you feel kind of awake when you jump off the bed when you get up in the morning. But
It'll serve as a good alarm clock. But
kind of like put my hands on the boards and just kind of like check for the stability.
Yeah. Yeah. Should provide good comfort.
I'll just
it'll be
kinda, like,
fine, Sabir. I mean, after all, we fell on Shun. He's still alive.
No, I get that, but
I'll just kind of like scoot over to the side so I can make like a quick exit if like the bunk bed were to give way.
I'll get some rest for Guardian. We need it. You need it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But on a more serious note, before we tuck in, do you think that we need to be worried about Ryuk and the others? I mean, I didn't expect for them to be honest like that. Like, I didn't even know that they knew we were here. Do you think there are others?
They must have found out somehow. I mean,
if we have the note on our person, I would like scoot the note up to Vigari. Just
it seems he is working with Kazan. Whoever that may be.
Matt, have you
Well, it
told him about
seems
Kazan?
like...
Sean?
I don't think
No?
so.
Okay, all right.
Well, it seems to me like at least the safe house itself is protected. Maybe in the morning we can ask the keepers if they know of any pathways out of here to kind of keep more discreet. I think that our abrupt arrival might not have been the most clever of tactics.
Oh, for sure. The poison, whatever was coating on their weapons was too strong. I mean, I've dodged blades, but that stuff's something else.
Yeah, well, I guess on that note, just something to think about, but for now, we're safe, so get some rest, and you too, little guy, and I, like, put little Chief on the edge of the bunk bed on, like, the wooden panel, and, like, I don't know if maybe there's, like, a tuft of, like, I don't want to say dust, because this place probably isn't dirty, but, like, a little tuft of, like, cotton or something, or, like, I can, like, rip a little piece off the sheet to, like, give him a baby sheet, like, okay, tuck you in, good night.
You place him off to the side, and he kind of goes underneath the bunk bed and starts making a web between like where your bunk meets the bar under where Sabir, like above where Sabir is sleeping. So off to your top left, Sabir, you see Chief kind of making a web for himself there.
I'll look up at him and again inspect the boards and just
Make sure. Will you wake me up if they start the break?
He just keeps making the web. The only person that can talk to Chief is Vigari.
I know, but I'm just like
Okay, Chief,
trying to-
I know that I know you like web beds, but in case you get extra cold, here you go. And I like stick the little sheet on the web, like to the side, like, okay, that'll keep you warm now. Good night.
and then I'll probably head to bed as well. Just
I can't believe we are back, Vigari.
Yeah.
What a strange turn of events.
You're telling me I thought the second that we sailed out of here that we wouldn't bother coming back, but I guess, you know, tell God your plans, he's gonna laugh at your face, so here we are. Might as well make the most of it, right?
Of course. Yeah.
At least we're here under different circumstances.
But we can both agree. Next time we see Rurik, he's dead.
Oh, I'm gonna clobber him.
Yeah.
That potion of giant hill strength, I was saving that for something a little bit more pressing, but I think he's earned it.
I would love to see that day.
Yes. Gold well spent.
Good night, Vigari.
Good night, my Davin.
I'll just roll over.
You all lull to sleep. You can all get a long rest.
Yes.
I'm
I know
not gonna
y'all-
die.
No, y'all need it. You managed to lull yourselves to sleep. Hazel.
Yeah.
It is your decision if you want the others to take their headphones off or not
I don't know.
for this next part.
They can leave them on.
Okay. Hazel, you find yourself climbing a tree. You're not sure at what point in the tree you are, but you know that you're above in the canopy. You're climbing from branch to branch, and the vibrant green colors give you life and peace. The breeze sways through the leaves. The sun sparkles like through the canopy and dots the tree trunks in your skin. You feel it. It's a warm spring day as the wind plays with you, and you climb the trees for what feels like hours, and climbing eternally, and it's fun. It's great. You feel free. And then the leaves start to brown, and they start to turn into the fall colors, and the sun starts to set. And then the leaves start to fall, and you see snow, and then you see rebirth, and you see the small leaves coming back and get into that vibrant green. And this cycle happens over and over again throughout your dreams, until at one point, instead of turning brown during the vibrant greens, they start to catch fire, and you smell sulfur, and you see smoke, and the heat of everything around you starts to burn. You feel it burning in your chest. And you go to reach for one of the now ash-turned branches, and you start to fall, and you hit the ground, burning tree with the trunk just charred, and around you, the smoke creatures that have appeared before start to slowly stalk their way towards you. Fiery red and orange and amber eyes, burning like coals, staring at you, preparing to pounce. And they go to pounce, and you wake from your sleep. Early morning, just seconds before Byyyeee and Shun come to consciousness. It is the next day. The scene is yours.
Sean,
Yes, Hazel.
how are you feeling?
Sore. Better.
I'm sorry. Well, I guess better is better.
Better is relative.
True.
I see we made it.
Sorry.
Sorry, go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I was sorry about how last night went. So.
Me too. But we are alive. So hey.
Yeah. I think when we head out today, we need to be pretty careful. I have not talked to Byyyeee because we took watch. We alternated last night, and I noticed that some of the people out and about last night seemed like maybe they were on a a bit of a mission. I don't know what it's about, but after I was not prepared at all for what was going to happen with you, I didn't even think it was a possibility that something bad was going to happen. I just feel like we need to be really cautious because I don't know what's going on here. This is all just a lot.
If there's activity in the cities, it could be the alarms, it could be some sort of festival. Do I know, off of the description she's given me, what I think might be going on?
Make an insight with disadvantage.
Also, would Vagari and Sabir have told me about them? They would have told me about them being, like, ambushed.
Yeah, we mentioned... I don't think we mentioned specifics, but we said that we got in a bit of a situation or something and we weren't looking too hot, so... I don't think we said anything specific about Ryuk or anything.
Ruik.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled a 15.
15. It's a really good roll. I will say, based on her description and putting together the pieces, that there's like bounty boards up, and you know that this is a place of trade and a place of like smuggling where people come in from all over the world. I'll say that you would know that it could go either way. It could be bounty hunters or patrolsmen that are like looking for criminals. This is a place where criminals kind of get away. Or it could be, you know, somebody might be looking for you guys, like maybe you guys were spotted. You know, like it's kind of hard to tell. Like it's not unheard of activity in Shalheel as far as you're concerned, but it's not. Yeah, that's what I'll say.
I suppose it depends on what they were wearing. If they looked cleaner, then they were probably the guard. If they were dirtier, then they were mercenaries. But either way, they are looking for somebody, most likely. And I'm guessing it is a tall, grey woman and a shorter, fuzzier man. So... there's a couple things we could do. I can either change my appearance, or I can go invisible, or I could make you invisible, and we could have an easier time going across the way. Or we just take our chances and try to communicate with... You still have... Did you guys use the spores?
We did, but it wore off during the night. And then I'll just relay the information, if I had not already done so, that Vagari and Sabir gave me using the telepathy to Shun.
Ah, then it was probably that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, our most immediate concern is getting to them. So yeah. I can handle the two of us. And is Byyyeee awake?
He's REM to stage 1 sleep. You could, like, you know, you're if you prattle on any longer, he'll wake up.
I'll go over and I'll just kind of shake his shoulder.
What's...
Hey, lover boy, how sneaky can you be?
I can sneak.
Excellent. Maisel tells me that there was patrols out, so let us make us our way. Yeah.
Shun, I think if you want to disguise yourself or go invisible, you can do so.
You can change into an animal, I forgot.
Yes, I can. I think I can just, I mean, I could go ahead and do that, or... I've
Tell
never
you
really
what.
been here, so I don't know if anybody even knows who I am or what I am.
Do you want to do something fun?
Sure.
So sometimes the best way to not be seen is to not try too hard to not be seen. Something that I used to do. I had been here before for a roughly... It doesn't matter. But I would go out into the city to make a bit of money to survive, and I had a persona. People left me alone, for the most part. I did draw some attention, but it was nothing more than curious glances. But if you were to turn into a bird, that way, if all else fails, you can fly away. I will disguise myself as a whimsical merchant, so nobody asks questions of somebody who's just going to their stall. And you can be on my shoulder, you can keep a lookout for each other. It's not that inconspicuous, but it is also not something too out of the ordinary. And then Byyyeee is perhaps the muscle.
That's a great idea, except I can't fly. So
That is...
Could you turn into a rat?
I can turn into a spider. I don't know about a rat. Let me look. See if that's one of the ones I can do.
Or there's like exotic animals around here, right? I think I saw
I
somebody selling a ferret or
can-
something.
Yeah,
me
I
know if
can
you need
turn
help.
into a rat. I believe. Let's see, what is the challenge?
If you want to make it easy on you, your wild shape lets you go up to a max rating of 1/4. If you open a D&D Beyond page and just filter by beast and challenge rating from 0 to 1/4,
Mhm.
you can turn into a badger. You can turn into a boar. You can turn into a camel. You can turn into a cat. You can turn into a fox, a hare, rabbit. You can turn into a snake. You can turn into a crab, a deer.
I feel like we're at the pet store. I'm kind of here for this. Like,
you,
what do we all
you
want?
have you have a lot of options. A frog.
Yeah.
In my head, I've already decided.
Oh no, you can't turn
Hold
into a crab. Crab have swim speed. You can't do swim speed.
no
flying or
swim
swim
and no
speed.
flying yet.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can turn into a rat. I can turn into a diseased giant rat.
Ew.
You can turn
Nasty
into a
looking.
goat, into a weasel, into a snail, into a hyena, a jackal. You have a bunch of options. A lizard.
Hazel, did you say that you could turn into a camel?
Yes.
That sounds really useful. Also, we could ride you and just like people will make way. Nobody cares.
All right. Let's see, I got two.
Panther, ox.
That one.
I'm just giving you like more options so that you have these in your head for the future. Pony, scorpion, a seal,
You gotta make my humps jokes.
Scorpion.
a sheep, a spider. I would say a velociraptor, but you haven't seen any velociraptors, so it needs to be something that you've interacted with, that you've been familiar with. A weasel and a wolf. And a walrus. No, walrus have swimming speeds. Never mind. You can't do walrus or seal.
Oh, those would be so cute, though. But
That
that's
would be
okay.
very cute. But there you go.
There's plenty of time, unless I
In the hot
die.
desert.
Oh.
We'll see where you guys
God.
go. If you make it to your school, there's plenty of walruses and seals there, and penguins.
Where are the velociraptors? I want to go there next.
We don't know.
Me.
Maybe there are, maybe there aren't dinosaurs in Teslam. Who knows?
So it's just up to you. We could do the merchant traveling thing. We could just do the easy way. I like to have a little bit of fun. You know, get the mind off of things.
Sure. I can I can be a camel if you think that would fit in well around here.
I think so.
I kind of got a feeling that it would, but hey, you know more than I do, so.
Nah, debatable. cool
I
thing
will
is,
wild shape into a camel right when Shun is still in the middle of talking, and then I'm gonna be like, because I can't respond.
I'll let you explore your own body and find out what you can do.
Yeah, this is actually
Spin
the
attack.
first time that you've seen camels. You've seen some in the bazaar and stuff, so this is the first time that you've ever seen a camel. So new to you.
I'm gonna like hop around, get a glimpse of my back, and then be like,
Do you have one or two
"What's
humps?
happening?" Two.
2 humps. Cool.
I'm a double humped camel. I got 2 large humps.
She a brick house.
I must say, Hazel, of all the camels I have seen, good looking camel.
Do camels spit, or is
Yes.
that
That's what I was
I'm gonna
about to say. That's what I was gonna say. I was like,
spit everywhere?
They spit a lot. They're like
Okay.
llamas and stuff.
That's what I knew llamas did, and so I was like, am I thinking of a camel or a llama? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, you didn't have to explore that much.
okay.
All right,
And
your eminence, your turn.
I will just cast a basic disguise self. Just someone, typical Alcutian resident, wearing, the typical garb, the headdress, just to keep the sun out of the way, maybe a little bit higher on the face. The clothes are a bit more, they're not like regal by any means, but it is like, okay, this is a person who would be selling things, like you would come up to them, they're clean, not flashy, maybe like a tan kind of color, and just kind of, all right, so muscles.
Oh, I got this. And he takes out a rope and he's like, let's really sell this. And he ties the rope around Hazel's neck to like kind of lead it. And like, I think we got it.
Okay.
Don't strain. Hey, look, it's just for the look. It's just for the look. All right, calm down.
I want to kind of like nose punch him a little bit, so he'll like let the rope go a little bit, so I have
I'm
more
giving
room.
you slack. Oh my god. Okay, more slack. Gee. Okay. Ugh. First thing in the morning. Okay, we didn't even get to like bathe or anything last night.
At that, I will just completely spit as much as humanly possible over him.
I thought,
kind of
oh
push down.
god, and we're gonna have to see Vagari and Sabir. Like, I thought you wanted me to get together with her. I thought you were on board for this. This is how you want me to see her? Okay, calm down. Let's
All I
go.
imagine right now is one of those crazy daisies.
Oh,
The water
frickin'
wigglers.
oh yeah.
That's like Hazel's head.
All right.
So your persona
Let's-
is that you are the new guy.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay.
Ugh.
Hazel, do you mind if I hop aboard? I can't tell if that was a yes or no.
I think we're gonna do it anyway here. Oh, okay.
Okay, and I will situate myself. All right.
Fugi will help you out, give you a little boost. There you go.
Let me get into character. Go. Not you, Byyyeee.
Oh, yeah, all right. And he like looks out from like the hidey hole and just kind of like steps out. Make way, okay? Thank you. Important merchant person coming along.
I'm gonna
Okay.
just smack him on the top of the head. Do not speak.
And he just like takes the rope and leads to where Jovan said the safe house is. So here's what we're gonna do. 2 things. Everybody's gonna roll a persuasion or performance check or deception. It's your guys' decision. And Hazel and Puggy can roll either history or survival to remember where it goes at disadvantage to go to the dock to the safe house at disadvantage. Shun, you can do history or survival straight to try to navigate yourself.
So I'm rolling at disadvantage to see where we're going.
Yes. So first roll either deception or performance to like be innocuous.
I got a natural 1 and I have a -1. That's a 0.
I rolled an 18.
I'm not
Okay.
a good camel.
Okay. Hughie, I said either persuasion or performance, right? He rolled a 10. So not great overall. Like terrible, pretty good, and exactly in the middle. And now we'll do the survival check.
I rolled an 8.
14.
Hughie rolled a 10. Okay. It's gonna take you guys a while to get to the safe house. Hazel, what does a 0 for performance or deception look like you as a camel? So you're not used to this new form that you're trying out for the very first time that you just observed from afar yesterday, and you're making your debut, sort of.
She has no awareness of like anything on her body, so she keeps like hitting things, and then she's taking her legs and like overly lifting them. So with each step, Sean is like, like trying to stay aboard, and she's like, and then every once in a while she gets mad at Puggy, grabs the rope and kind of like knocks it off, like, hey, you're strangling me there. And then she's like,
Not to worry. Breaking it in.
Hey, get off the road. Make way. Why are you taking this narrow alley? Go on
And
to
she'll,
the
like,
main fairway.
kick that guy.
Be careful.
Hey, you see that he pulls a dagger? I will make that into steaks if you are not careful.
Sorry. It is young. It is new. Fresh legs.
It looks more like a fat cow than a camel.
Okay.
Okay, to be like, hey, we're
I try
very
to go up on my
sorry.
hind legs, but I
Thank you.
can't.
Apologies. No, we'll keep it going. Thank you.
Promise you we will get him later. I promise.
With a 0, an 18, and a 10 with persuasion. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Hazel's the one that rolled the nat 1. You're gonna see. Here's what's gonna happen. You roll call a nat 20 or a nat 1. If you succeed, you guys are able to get through with Shun and Puggy kind of like helping assist you along. If you fail, you're going to draw some attention.
Crap.
Some unwanted attention. All right?
All right.
Hazel, nat 20, nat 1, hit.
Nat 20.
It is a natural 1.
Awesome.
You guys notice, okay. You guys are walking through. Hazel, you end up like pulling off of Puggy, knocking over a whole stand. These like sort of like, imagine like Turkish lamps, the ones that are like the stand and they have like a circling tier of different sort of like spaces for candles, knocking a bunch of those down. And you see that there are 2 guards that see you all with like these pikes, and the merchant. Why would you do this? Who's going to pay for all these? What is going to happen?
I'm sorry.
You have upset my dog. You have upset my pet here. Sheena, calm down.
It is a new camel. You know.
I will sick her on your camel. Who's going to pay for these?
We will make sure that you are made whole, but we have to get to our coffers.
You are not leaving before we get restitution. Excuse me! Excuse me! And then you see the two guards that have been looking at you. They start walking towards you guys. What is the matter? What is going on here? What is the meaning of this?
I need you to speak with my muscles here. And I'm gonna tell Hazel to run. Run.
I'll grab the rope out of Byyyee's hand and take off at this. That's all I need.
Officer, you see what happened? What? Shit! He's just like, okay, great. Hey, wait, come back! Come on here! And you guys start booking it down the alleyways, trying to make your way back to the safe house. Hazel, nat 1 or nat 20. This will determine if you go first or second.
Nat 20.
Nat 20 it is! All right. Hazel, what is the speed of a camel?
50 feet.
You have 50 feet. Awesome. Okay. Byyyeee has a speed of 40 feet. Shun, you're riding atop Hazel, so you don't need to move. We're gonna do this. Hazel,
Yes.
you go first. What are you doing? There's an alleyway. You can take a hard left, a hard right, or you can go straight ahead. What are you doing?
I don't remember what direction we're going, do I? To head to the
No,
safe house?
you don't. The
All
one
right.
who rolled best, I think, is Shun.
So
All right. Well, I guess since I'm going first, I am.
Well, it's
just...
you, Shun, and Byyyeee all at the same time, so you guys can decide. Shun, you're welcome to steer her if you want to try.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
you know the way better.
Yeah.
If he steers me, then I'll go in that direction. And
Okay.
do I go ahead and have an action? Are we starting or?
Yes. You have an action, so you guys determine. It's gonna be a little bit free flow. So it goes Byyyeee, Shun, and Hazel, or Shun, Byyyeee, Hazel, or Hazel, Byyyeee, Shun, whatever you guys want. And everybody's going to give me an action of what they do to get away from the cops, while also not getting seen by other people, not having other guards and stuff follow you. So, whoever you guys want to go first.
Okay, describe to me as soon as I say go and we run, how far away are we from the cops?
So you guys get to go first. We'll do it that way. So you say your action is to communicate to her to go. That's your first action. Is to just book it. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Hazel, your turn. You or Byyyeee, whoever. Well, Byyyee's caught off surprise. So Hazel, what are you doing?
So I'm gonna use my movement 50 feet and then use my action to dash.
Okay, so you're 100 feet away.
Yeah.
Byyyeee is going to take his action to move forward. He's going to run, take his movement, and he's going to use his action to dash. He's 20 feet away from you guys, but still good. The cops, 60 feet. The guards are moving 60 feet. Okay, back up to you, Shun, or Hazel or Byyyeee.
Sorry, how far is Byyyeee?
He's 20 feet behind you guys. And
Okay.
he's running.
I'm going...
Now, to steer Hazel, you need to grab the rope.
Okay, so then I will use my action, I guess, to grab the rope and make sure I'm steering correctly.
Okay. Your action, you go down, you reach for the rope, you kind of twist it around her neck a little bit, and you catch it. It's one single thing, and it's just tied around her neck, so it's going to be a little difficult to steer, but you'll be able to do it. Hazel, both of you make an insight check to see how well you two can communicate for steering purposes.
Because can she understand me?
The DC's super low. Oh, she can understand you, yes.
Yeah, because I'd just be like, left at this alley, right at this corner. Keep
You
going
could,
straight.
yeah, you could just say
So-
say things, and she would be able to understand. As long as you both roll above a 5 for
I rolled
insight, it
10.
should be fine. Yeah,
I-
you guys are good. Steering is not a problem. Okay, Shun, that's your action to grab the rope so that you're able to steer and communicate with her more effectively.
Excellent.
Hazel, what are you doing?
I am just gonna keep running and using my movement or my action to dash.
Okay, with Shun kind of describing where you're going. Hughie's
Yeah,
gonna
I'll follow
run.
his directions.
So that's another 100 feet. Hughie reaches up another 80 feet, 40 feet away. He uses Step of the Wind to bonus action dash. So he's going to burn a key point to Step of the Wind. So he catches up to you guys, and you guys are now neck and neck. What the fucking hell was that?
Just keep
Fucking
running.
leaving me in the dust!
Keep running. I have a plan.
Okay. That's his action. Bonus action is with you guys. You see the cops, the guards. They move another 60 feet, but they're way far behind. One of them is going to try to throw a javelin at you, Hazel. I think at this distance it would be disadvantage. Okay. Does a 10 hit?
Yes. My armor class is a 9.
Okay. You take 7 points of piercing damage. What is the HP of a camel?
15.
Still in the fight.
Okay.
Sean, you got a free javelin.
The spear slices right past your hide, but doesn't knock you out. Yeah, basic rules. Yeah, 15 HP. Because there's 2 camels here. One of them is the new 2024 rules, which we can't use. Okay. That's their move. The other guard is going to run off in a different direction. Back to you guys. What are you guys doing?
What are we running on?
It's mostly like cobblestone streets. Some of it is dirt, but it's yeah, it varies. Dirt, cobblestone.
Okay.
Unless directed otherwise, I'm going to continue to run and dash as my actions unless Shun tells me to do something different. Since
Essentially, at what point do we need to be where we can try to lose them?
You're at that point.
We are at that point. Okay, then just basically maintaining course to lose the cops.
Yep. Okay. This is 2 turns. I'm gonna say if it's below a 75%, you do not get detected by other guards in the area as you make your turns. That's 10%. No other guards at this turn. So at the end of each turn, we're going to be doing this. Okay, so what are you doing, Shun?
Basically, whatever we have to do to so there's no other guards at this point. I'm going to tell Hazel, turn into another animal now, and I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself and jump off.
Okay. All right. So. Okay. Perfect. Cool. Excellent. You do that, Hazel. Your turn. What are you turning into?
Okay, I will turn into. Let me see. Would I know like what other animals would be common in this area? Like if I turned into a goat.
Make a perception check.
That is a 19 plus 6, 25.
Oh yeah, you know very well what animals would be here and what animals wouldn't. You've seen a few ferrets, you've seen a few weasels, you think that rats are probably one of the most common. You could turn into a goat. I would not say that badgers are very present here, but you can see that, like, you know, some people are selling goats and stuff like that. Or cats.
Ooh.
Cats are also kind of common.
I am not going to do a rat or a weasel because I have learned my lesson with 1 hit point. The hard way. So live and learn. I will be a cat.
You'll be a what?
Cat.
Cat?
Yeah.
Great. 2 HP.
Yeah.
100% increase. That's not that bad.
Double the
Hey.
HP, motherfucker!
You know? I mean, but who wants to hurt a cat? You're a sicko if you want to hurt a cat. Like, I'm just a little pet. I'm cute. Like, wagging my tail. I want to be like, you
What
know.
does Hazel Cat look like?
Hazel Cat is gonna be like a real small cat, very gray, with these big blue eyes, a little bit of dirt on her, a little tail, very, very skinny, trying to like play off that she's just a sickly little alley cat.
Okay. So are you guys trying to run or are you trying to hide now?
Hide.
Okay. So Shun's invisible. Hazel turns into a cat.
Poor Fugie.
Pugie doesn't need to use another key point. He's still behind you guys by 10 feet, but he does manage to catch up. Pugie's going to take his action to try to steal like a cloak or a hanging piece of cloth of some sort to hide himself with. This is going to be a sleight of hand. As he's running, he gets a +2. Oh, it was right on the cusp of 16, and it fell back to a 3.
Oh.
He like goes for like a cloak on a stand, and like slips in like a little bit of like poop like on the street from presumably from horses or camels or something, and just like rips down a curtain from somebody's house like right next to it as he reaches beyond, and there's somebody just like bathing and just like, hey, what are you doing? And he's like, sorry, I need this. We're gonna see if this person is going to try to alert somebody or just kind of like, what the fuck, people are all fucked up. Below a 50. 48%.
Woohoo!
Chalks it up to somebody being a weirdo, crazy person I don't want to deal with. Fuck it. Let him run with my curtain. That's Pugie's turn. Cops are gonna go to catch up. One of them takes the full sprint. Still very, very far behind you because you were able to move another 50 feet. But you guys start to hear tiling, 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 tiling. Presumably other people are being put on alert. We're back to you guys. What are you guys doing? Shun, you're invisible.
If they're still behind us and not caught up to us yet, I would call out to Hazel, saying like...
I'll say that at this point you've broken line of sight.
Okay, so then...
But you don't have like a lot of time to rest their haunt on your tail.
Well, if I'm invisible, then I could just like stay in a shadow and stay put. If she's a cat, they're looking for a dude on a camel. I'm like, if we can wait till they run past us, then we can slowly make our way through crowds invisibly as a cat together. So I'd call out to Hazel and be like, just like, hang out, don't be crazy, just be a cat. And then just kind of just wait like a couple rounds, maybe a minute or two.
Make either a stealth or deception check, because there are other people on the street, so presumably they can hear you.
Okay.
I'll say you get advantage because you're invisible.
Sweet. Oh, that didn't go in the box. Thank God for advantage. Okay, that is going to be a 23.
Okay. Everybody else is kind of like distracted doing their own thing. They saw this happen, but like you turn, some people are like, and just like puffs of smoke and arcane energy just happen, and people are like, what the hell? So some of them are running away, some of them are like looking around. Hazel, do make a stealth roll at disadvantage for turning from a camel into a cat.
14.
14. All right. That's a 10. I'm going to roll 3 times to see if anybody beats a 14. That's a 6, just to make it like, there's plenty of people here. Every single person here is distracted. They did not see a camel turn into a cat.
There's some guy
In a
peeping on people showering.
Hey, stop that peeping Tom! Leave me alone! Pughie's gonna take his action to stealth. He's gives himself a hood, so I'll say that he doesn't get advantage, but he does get, like, I don't know, a +1 because of it. Why not? Jesus, that's not great. That's 12. We'll leave it at that. He did see you turn into a cat and runs up to you. What the fuck do we do? Wait, you can't fucking... Yeah, God, that I'm so fucking smart. He, like, scoops you, like, puts his hand down to scoop you up. All right, cool. And he, like, tries to hide you and, like, starts to run down an alleyway.
Like,
Sean, you see this happen? Or are you gonna let anybody know? You what?
I want to, like, poke, like, as he puts me in the cloak, I want to, like, nuzzle so that I can try to, like, see out through his cloak, like, so you just see a little cat nose.
Gotcha.
Bless.
You're still?
Yeah, I'm still.
Okay, cool. One of the guards is going to take their action. You see them running by. He's going to... He rolled a 7 on his perception. He does not find Byyyeee. He just runs forward. Byyyeee hides off against a corner and just like, okay, I know you can't talk. Where did Shun go? He was on you 1 second. You turned into a cat. He disappeared. Do you have him in you? Did he eat? Did you eat him? Is that something you guys can do? Okay, all right. Don't need to hiss at me and get all aggressive. Yeah, that doesn't say anything to me. A meow is just a meow.
I'll
Okay.
hop down
Uh-huh.
and then just kind of, like, walk through the city over to the last place where I saw Shun.
Okay. All right, you just sit down. You're just sitting here. What's going on? What are we doing? Like, takes a shower. The curtain.
Stay still.
Oh shit! Fuck! You can do that?
Shut up.
All right, cool. Everybody can roll stealth with advantage for this part. Oh hell!
Oh, with advantage, right?
With advantage.
Oh, thank goodness, because that's my second natural one of the night. And then a natural 20! You just can't make this stuff up! So that's a 21 instead of a 2.
Hell yeah.
23.
It's a 20. It's a 22 for you, Hazel.
Oh,
Actually, that's
because
not
I'm
true.
a
It's a
cat.
24 because you're a cat.
Huh.
Ooh.
I
a
forgot.
kitty cat.
I was looking at my Hazel stats, not my cat stats.
Shun, you got a 23.
Mhm.
Byyyeee also got a 23. You all managed to elude detection and are able to make your way through the city to the safe house. It takes you a little bit. You do see that there are some patrols that are looking around for a half-orc, a camel, and a merchant aboard it that owe a lot of money to, and disrupting the peace, making a mess of the city, and destroying a stand of very expensive oil lamps.
Man.
But you do manage. Go ahead.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
But you do manage to make it to the safe house that Javan has told you where to go.
What time is it by the time they get there?
I'm gonna say, if you guys woke up around like 8 a.m., it takes you about an hour, and with all the commotion and all that, like an hour and a half. So 9:30 a.m. Vogari and Severe, you guys are in the safe house, and we'll cut to you guys now. Sorry you've been so neglected for so long.
I'm gonna be sleeping in because Vogari was hurting and she don't get to do this often. So I'm just gonna be sprawled over my bunk bed when y'all get to the safe house, just like mildly snoring.
Got you.
Yeah, I was cool with Need for Speed Al Coot. I think I would wake up and could I inspect the scimitar off the goblin and see if it's better make than my short sword?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Investigation is an 8.
It's not hard to see the difference. There's nothing inherently great or magical about this, but this is a good, a scimitar of good build. You had a dinky second-rate gladiator sword, short sword, because you weren't even on the charts for like the up-and-coming gladiators. Like you were barely a gladiator, you were more of a medic and sometimes gladiator, right? So your sword is decent enough, but it's like we didn't give you the good stuff. This scimitar, not the greatest thing in the world, better than your short sword.
I will go ahead and start taking off my my belt and then taking off the short sword and then now putting on the scimitar and just basically swapping my kit out, making sure everything's tight. After that's done, I'll go ahead and take the wraps off my arm and try to find bandages or cloth somewhere around here, and then go ahead and basically clean my arm and then put the bandages back. Just normal day-to-day stuff until Fugari wakes up.
Yep, easy enough. You make your way around. There are a number of people here. There are Ganassi, there are humans, there's Loxodons, there's lizard folk, there's gnomes, halflings, elves. There's all manner of people in and out of here. You find a spot where somebody's kind of tending wounds. They have all the things for you. It's up to you if you want to try to RP with anybody, talk to anybody, or just get the salves and get the bandages and just move forward.
I'll talk to you said the gnome?
There are gnomes, yeah, there's like a family of gnomes here. They look like refugees.
Got it. And can I stare down the Loxodon?
Make an intimidation check? Is that what
No,
you
no,
want?
no. I'm not trying to intimidate him. What does the Loxodon look like?
There's one older sort of Loxodon here. You see he does have like some equipment, and his tusks have been cut and there are caps on them. And he's got like a sword at his side. And he's like going around, he's like pouring soup to people and helping out. Clearly he works here. And he just kind of, sees you, comes up, offers you would you like a bowl?
May I get two?
Certainly.
For me and my sister.
Yes. I saw you both come in last night. You didn't look very well. Here you are.
Thank you.
And I'll kind of like sit by the gnomes and then I'll
So, what brings you here?
I'll just kind of sit the bowls down and start wrapping the hand.
To the gnomes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're actually runaways from Sagen. We're making our way to Muzbarak for a better life.
Man, we have very, very interesting lives. I was kind of doing the same, but opposite.
You're
What-
going back to Muzbarak for a worse life?
No, I went from Muzbarak to Sagen for better. But you're coming here. What brings you here?
Well, then you see the wife kind of like gives him like a little shake. Make a persuasion check.
11.
We'll just say my prospects are a little more prestigious in Muzbarak. My talents aren't very much appreciated in Sajin, so Muzbarak, there's a group of people that might find someone who's kind of unnoticeable. People don't really care about gnomes, you know. Might find that a little more beneficial. Certain kinds of work.
I mean, I do not think people should look down on gnomes. Sure, stature, but heart.
Well, you
I've
know, we
seen-
have our talent, you know. I'm not arcane or mechanically inclined like, you know, people from Zimnis, but I've got some skills, quite nimble.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you good at?
Well, good at being not noticed. You know, the bigger folk kind of don't take the smaller folk very seriously sometimes. You know, not everybody, clearly, but yeah, it's I'm good at finding things. You know, I'm good at acquiring interesting, and you just hear like, shh, we don't know who he is.
It is okay. I came here yesterday. But I am... No need. I was let in by... superiors. Are you looking for work?
What's the job? What you got in mind?
You say you find stuff.
Pretty good at it sometimes, yeah.
No matter how dangerous.
Well, I take certain jobs that will... I you know, with being a family man now, don't always take the highest of risks, but yeah, I still got some youth in me left to go for some bigger game.
And it was okay.
If I were to pay you maybe like half now, half later, could you possibly get information about a location and maybe weak points?
What kind of location are we talking about here? Can we do some reconnaissance, some scouting, basic scouting and reconnaissance?
Of course. Yes. Maybe like a weak point into the
Is it Kaban family?
The Kaban estate is the one that is holding Vigari's, like the one that Vigari's parents are at, is her and her sisters.
the Kaban family.
You want to go after one of the noble families of Muzbarak.
No, I never said that. I just said information on weak points, on how to get in.
Well, what's it worth to you?
How does 50 gold work?
To spy on one of the 12 noble families of Muzbarak.
50 now, 50 later.
That's not enough. That's general reconnaissance is something that's not necessarily dangerous, but the 12 noble families, they're heavily fortified. We're not. I would require at least 300 up front and then 300 upon completion. But I'll tell you what, let's do this. Give me 150 up front, and depending on what kind of information I'm able to glean, because I'll keep my distance, make sure that I don't get caught, you know, we'll talk about the amount of money afterward, but that's a big risk, my hairy friend.
I understand But here.
Wait, Shun, did I give you all the scrolls ascending?
No.
Or do I still have... Okay. I'll hand him a scroll, one scroll ascending, and just that, and then 150 gold.
Whatever you find out, let me know. It'd be beneficial.
So you hand him one of the
'Cause-
sending scrolls?
Yeah, one of the scrolls ascending.
Okay.
So that way he could get in touch with me.
All right. Well, I do need payment up front.
Well, here you go.
And I'll hand him the 150. And
Now listen, I am not really. This isn't really my bag. For I am, if I'm looking for weak points, let's just say if you're not good at finding stuff, I'm good at, fixing stuff.
Okay, I'll tell you what. When are you headed to Moose Barak?
I do not know, but any information would be helpful.
Okay. All right. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
you... 12.
12.
I saw a natural 20 and then it rolled over to an 8.
The wife kind of like looks at the gold, looks at him. Make a perception check. She's gonna
is
whisper
it-
something in his ear.
Is it just the wife? Is it just the wife and the dad and the
They
husband?
have 2 kids. They have a son and a daughter.
Okay.
Make a perception check. I rolled a nat 20 for their like sleight of hand
20.
deception. 20?
Mhm.
Okay, they have very good decks. The nature of
I rolled
them,
a 15.
so-
I rolled a 15 plus 5 for perception.
Okay. You managed to hear just a few words, just like new and like uncertain and like ambitious, but like that's like a negative trait. And he goes, I'll be fine. All right, I'll tell you what. We're headed to Moose Barak. We're interested, we're trying to find new work there. I don't have, there's a certain order of operations that exists to these things, and I'm the new kid on the block. So when I get there, I'll talk to my superiors. I'll still do the job for you, but I'll see what I can garner in terms of interest from the guys that are hiring me to join their organization. But I guess a little detour before meeting them is not a bad idea. So I'll send you the message when I got some information for you. Okay? Don't even know the layout of the city, but I'll figure it out. Might take a few days, but we'll make it happen.
That is completely fine. I am just looking for information. That is it. And if you
All
get
right,
me that,
I'll see what I
You
can
heard it.
garner for you.
And I'll hand one of the bowls. I'll just kind of scoot it towards the children's way, and I'll look back at them and just,
thank you.
and then I'll walk back.
The wife, like, as you're walking away, the wife like hits them and they start like arguing a little bit, and he's like, yo, money, fucking gold, 150 fucking gold, like that's crazy. Cool.
I'll mark,
Anything else?
I'll mark 100.
Vigari.
I'll mark 150 off.
I'm still sleeping.
All right.
I'm out. Like, I am passed out unconscious.
All right. After a little bit, you see Jovan sort of show up. He walks up to you, Severe. Where are the rest of you?
Good question. I do not know. Sean and Hazel, they went off and had a meeting of sorts.
And well, no, I'm aware that Sean was meant to run into his, meet his wife Safiya, but I didn't hear from them. I didn't hear from my contact with Musamande. And I was told that you two were ambushed on your way here by a lizard folk of some sort.
Yes, an old acquaintance. But
And the Minotaur and the Orc and the Goblin, you know them as well?
nobody I've seen before.
Okay, and who was this old acquaintance of yours?
He was a gladiator. That worked for the people I used to work for. But it is of no consequence, for the next time I see him, he will not be of this world.
Seems
Why do you
your
ask?
sister have some interesting individuals after you. I know that you were working for the Elam as skill masters previously, but gaining their attention is not necessarily a good thing in my line of business. Okay, and your friends never arrived.
No, but they know where the safe house is. Once Vigari wakes up, we can get started and maybe head out and try to be quiet this time.
Well, hopefully, now that I am here to help you all immediately, we'll be able to be hopefully escape the city much more easily. We'll wait for your friends to arrive, but I must be departing soon, so a couple of hours and we must be gone, or you will have to wait here for another few weeks before I can make another journey.
You said you haven't heard from the hard contact in Sajin.
The contact for Musa Mande that I was informed was going to take Safia to meet Shan. No contact from him. And no contact from Len Miel beyond what he sent ahead of me, but I will try to get in touch with him and see what he may have to say about this.
Okay. I am a bit weary of that contact. Musa... who?
Musa Mande.
I'm a bit weary of that. And
What?
Lenny.
You are wary of Lenny and Musa Mande?
It is... hairs stand up on the back of my neck. For both of them.
Len Miel and I go back a very long ways. He's a very trusted individual. Musa Mande gives me a lot of good business. A lot of good business. So both of them are good on my account, but my job is to get you all to Musbarak. That is what Len Miel has asked me to do, and that's what I will do.
Okay.
All right.
Well, how long can you wait before you have to journey?
1 hour and a half. I must take a bunch of these people.
Okay.
I will try to
Please.
stall and wait as long as possible, but I have things I need to do. I'm happy to house you for Len Miel. But if you are not able to make this way to Musbarak in time, then you will have to wait a few weeks. I'm sorry.
It is okay. If our friends do not show up in time, I'm sure we can find another way.
No, certainly. Okay, very well. I will try to make preparations. Then he goes off. Getting close to the hour, Shun and Hazel and Puggy manage to roll high enough. You guys make it to the safe house in time, undetected. So you see the door open. You all have rings as well to make it past the arcane abjuration. You see the door open, a little kitty walk in, and then Puggy right behind.
What happened to Shun? And Hazel?
And
Why
Vigari,
are you
you're awake at this time before they get to you.
I'm gonna use my paws to like go up Sabir's leg.
Okay.
Oh, what cute little kitty.
And I'll grab the kitty. I'll just...
Oh. You remind me of someone.
Then I'll just put the cat down.
I am superior.
As soon as the door's shut, I'll drop the invisibility.
Some people like, like both at the invisibility and at like the horn devil. They kind of like, okay, well, just a little bit of attention.
Calm down.
I've had a night.
Yeah, we've all
So-
had a long night.
So have we. Shannon, it's good to see you. Where is Hazel?
You see Puggy and yeah, Shun just looked down.
Oh, this makes sense. This makes a lot more sense. Hey, Hazel.
Byyyeee, you look well.
Oh, am I still asleep, or did I wake up at this point?
I'll say you were. I was gonna say that you woke up before Shun and Hazel and Puggy
Okay.
arrived, but given that you didn't get an RP time with Severe beforehand, I'll say that you're just waking up now. Puggy's gonna push past everybody and go and just kind of hug you.
I like wander out. Oh, so nice. Why do you smell like spit?
I did ask her, and he points to the cat.
I'll run over and paw Byyyeee as well.
You're not cute.
How can you look at that and not think is cute? Also,
she's-
what does she do? Like dump a year's worth of saliva on you? I mean, it's a cat.
Well, when she was a camel.
Sounds like you guys had quite an adventure this morning.
Yeah, a little bit. Got a little heat on us, but you managed to shake him.
Well, that's good. You're here now. I presume you didn't see any lizard people or odd looking suspects that might have been hunting down someone, like bounty hunters.
Apparently we're out, but we didn't run into them. We ran into other guard, but no lizards.
See, I knew there'd be more of them. So I don't know what we need to do to get out of here safely, but I was telling Sabir last night that given they had the safe house set up to avoid detection from people like them, they may have a way out of the city that might be a little bit more inconspicuous than how we came in.
Oh, Jovan said something about heading out of the city and bringing a lot of people here.
Oh. Well, that's convenient.
I kind of think this is a staging area for undesirables that want to be hidden.
We are the smuggled goods.
And as you say that, Jovan walks up from behind. That is correct. And very precious cargo, as I've been informed. And it is time to go. I see everybody is here. Where is the elf woman? You picked up a cat. Where is the elf woman?
That is the elf woman.
The cat is a woman. The cat is
Yes.
your redheaded friend that came with you yesterday.
Yes.
Malaka with these magics. Okay, all right, very well. Please follow me. I have a way to get us out to the city, and we are already behind schedule. It is a long journey ahead, and we must depart.
Lead the way.
Cool.
I'm gonna
So-
stay in my cat form until my time is up. It may already be up. I don't know. It's only 1 hour.
Wild shape lasts only an hour.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Fair enough.
At least for me, right now, it's only an hour.
I thought it was like much longer than that, but okay. Yeah, you would have lost your cat shape before you got here, but that's fine. We'll say that, we'll just let it go for this time. Okay. You guys move your way through the safe house and get to like this below this sort of basement area where there's like a number of different doors and things like that. Jovan brings the 5 of you down and the little family of gnomes and a number of other individuals with you. There is a water genasi and a lizard folk. And he goes, okay, very well. These individuals don't have much experience in... Actually, you know what? I think this is a good time to take a break. It's almost 9. Yeah, we'll take a break here. We'll come back.
Okie dokie.
And welcome back. Are we ready?
Yes.
Wait,
You guys make your way to sort of like...
I rolled an 18. We're good.
You guys make your way to this sort of sub-basement. And Jovan grabs you guys this... and the remainder of the refugees, the gnomes, the water genasi, the lizard folk. Okay. Here's the thing. Traveling in least amount of numbers is better. The 4 of you have proven yourselves in combat. Usually I travel with a security detail. I am hoping that you would take this role on to keep the numbers down and to keep the muscle up. With that in mind, I have some options for transportation, for movement, and I leave the decision to you. We can take the river, which is the most dangerous path. It is the most exposed. It is fast, but it is the one where we would most likely get caught by patrols or anything of the sort. It is doable, but it is difficult. I have a set of caravans that we can take. I use them typically for transporting goods, but sometimes I smuggle them. This is kind of my most usual one. It's a little higher risk, but less so than the river. The other one, which is my least favorite, but is the safest one, is to just walk the entire distance. We will be on the road for a number of weeks. Survival is difficult, but in the wilderness, it will be a very long time before we get there. But
I don't really understand how walking in the open would be less conspicuous than riding in a caravan, especially given how much attention we've gotten in just the past day alone.
Well, the paths that I take are there are spots along the way where we can hide. There's really only one strip of space where we're entirely exposed, but it is a path that is very not well traveled. The foliage on either side of the Nar will provide good protection for us. There's also different aspects of sand and the terrain varies in such a way that I've learned to make a proper path this way.
Well,
so the decision is yours. Which way would we like to go?
I think, given how, I guess, spotted we've been, I'm going to vote against the river personally, but I think it's up to everybody. I don't think that caravan versus walking is much... There's not really a preference for me personally. It seems like there's pros and cons to both. So what do you guys think?
The reason the caravan is slightly less reliable is because I am not its sole proprietor. Generally, there is traveling with other individuals. This is an aspect that I do not have control over. If we walk as a group ourselves, the disguises that we can use are much easily set. We don't need to worry about people observing us taking off a disguise or not. It is more secluded this way. That is the main difference, but it is better than traveling on the river.
My vote is not the river. I am good. We've had our time, at least on the Nar.
Okay. And the three of you, any preferences?
I think we just need to do whatever will keep us out of people's sight. So, if that's walking, then so be it.
Yeah, to Hazel's point, I don't think that we're really in a time constraint. I mean, obviously getting there sooner would be nicer, but if it takes an extra week or so, I don't think that it's the worst thing in the world.
Pughie's. I'm gonna roll for Pughie. D4, just 1, 2, or 3 for river caravan or walking to see his vote. 4 is a reroll. I think the river's fastest. I just rolled a 1.
Well, Pughie, that's why you have not been in charge thus far on this trip.
The least amount of time that we're on the road is probably the best way to get there safely. The longer that we're out, the more easily we'll be able to get spotted, is my opinion. But I've never been to Alkut, so never mind.
Do you like having a girlfriend?
I do like-
Do you like Vagari? Or do you want to stick her head on a stick and go through the city with it?
Oh.
Give me a freaking break here.
Make an
Pughie.
intimidation or persuasion
I've
check with
heard of this
advantage.
before. Lord of the Flies. My dad told me that was a really good book.
That is a 7 because I'm scary.
You roll with advantage?
No, did you say advantage?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was
Look
I
at
was
the
trying to
facts.
look at my number. Let's see. That is an 18.
He holds Fagari's hand and he's like, whatever she says, I'll do. I'm here for you anyway, so.
I could get used to this.
Much better. All right.
What if
Lost to Vakari, to Sabir, now Hazel.
Hey, this doesn't count as a loss. It's not a
I
fight.
don't know, man.
Hey.
what
You want to fight?
Hazel? You do not have to. You do not have to.
I would like to get this excursion on the way, so please come to a decision.
I
That's
think-
right. He's seen what I could do as a camel. He doesn't want this heat.
It's true. I think our group would prefer to take the sands.
Okay.
What if we were to split up? You take the caravan. We walk.
I can't. My job is to take you all, and like I mentioned, if the problem does arise, I do need the security to be present. And at the moment, I need you to act as both.
Well, before we make up our minds, what kind of disguises would we have if we're walking? Because I'm pretty hefty, and the last disguise I tried did not get us very far.
Well, what I had in mind for you in particular would be to shave your head.
Shave my head? Well, nope, we're taking the caravan, guys.
It just seems like the most practical decision to make. It would grow
No,
back.
I'm taking
Nope,
the
you
caravan.
would-
We're not shaving my head.
What do you think shaving her head would do?
Well, the Fearless Runner has a little bit of notoriety in Musbarak, and amongst
Exactly,
a lot of her...
that is the deal. While I was in the arena, I did not cut my hair unless I lost. Do you see how long my hair is? I'm not cutting it now.
Here's
It
my
is-
thing. She's the size of a mountain. I don't think that shaving her head is gonna fix that.
It will make a significant change,
No.
and the painting over her tattoos, and obviously more garb would play a factor. But
Well, Vagari, last time the problem was that you added Hazel to the top of you. If you were to still use that cloak, it would change to maybe camouflage of the sands. And so while you are bigger, you'd be more hard to see when everything is the same.
See, Shun has a pretty decent idea. What if I just use the cloak? We can avoid shaving my head altogether.
A cloak.
It's a magical cloak disguise. It takes upon the visage of any other cloak, but, you know, as long as the cloak looks like whatever we need it to, it can do it. It's not magical other than that.
This could be something very useful. Perhaps shaving your head would not be necessary.
Just keep it wrapped up.
That would be... I could get you a turban.
Who gave you the orders to get us to Mosbarak?
Lenmir. He said this is where you needed to go because her family is there. And I was told that, well, your interest in the Ishkatari, we could have put you in contact with the nomads here, but they have made their way to Muzbarak, so the interest to you is there.
No, that is fine. I'm just... I don't know. Splitting these,
And I'll look at the gnomes, the water genasi, and the lizard folk, and I'm like,
if they were to take the caravan, meanwhile we were to have a way maybe drawn out for us to get to Muzbarak.
Once again, I need you present as the security in case things go sideways.
Oh, like before, Vigari. Okay.
And, are we not expecting one more? It just occurs to me.
No. Just us.
Okay. Okay. Alright, so, final decision, walking or caravan?
I don't like closed spaces. I want to take a walk. That is my vote.
Walking with the cloak and the hair fully intact.
Pugi just nods. Well, at the very least, that is a vote of 3. So,
I'm good with
majority
walking.
wins.
the long walk is the way we go. Okay. He takes one of the doors and it goes through kind of these underground tunnels. You hear drips of waters, kind of like the humidity of this place envelops you. The heat is very present as you are moving underneath the city. Eventually, you do come out to the open space, so slightly away from Shalheel. You step out of the bustling city of Shalheel, the scent of spices and the distant hum of the sea fading behind you. The air grows drier as you leave the port's vibrant streets, passing the last rows of colorful merchant tents and clay buildings. Ahead, the vast expanse of the Woeston Desert stretches out under the relentless sun, shimmering waves of heat rising from the sand. The road to Muzbarak is long, winding through dunes and rocky outcroppings, while the occasional palm-lined oasis or the banks of the Nar offering brief shelter. You can already feel the weight of the journey ahead, but the city is on the other side. So here's what's gonna happen. We're doing a skill challenge.
Skill challenge. Activate.
You guys have chosen for walking. There are 12 skills that we're going to do. You need to succeed before 3 failures to complete the journey successfully. Walking is the lowest DC. There's going to be 3 things that you guys do. The DC is set. If you guys have you guys can lower the DC by taking an action that will improve on like this aspect of the journey. So the first one is going to be navigating the terrain to avoid natural hazards. Who wants to take on the role to handle this?
I have a question.
Yes.
Because I used to wander the deserts before meeting the Ishkatari, could we have some sort of advantage?
Okay. So, for example, so the check for navigating the terrain is a survival check. You want to lower the DC. The way that Vagari can contribute to this, because she wandered the desert a little bit before joining the Ishkatari, would be potentially a history check or a nature check that you would use, or a survival check to lower the DC for this based on what you've already experienced. So
Okay.
if you want to take the action to lower this check and then do the check, it's your call. So is that what you want to do?
Can I only do that once?
For this part of the journey, yeah, I would say it's going to be history or nature or survival. Well, survival is the check that you need to do, so I'm going to say not survival.
Boo.
So history or nature.
Well, they're both bad.
You can also leave it to somebody else. It's your guys' call, whatever you guys want.
I have experience with stars and keeping us on course at night. I have a +3 to survival. Anybody have anything better?
I got a 5.
I have a +4, but I don't know how.
So one of you can take the roll straight away, or one of you can take an action to lower the. I'll say that you can help somebody else take the roll by lowering the DC. So Vagari, just because you use history or nature or survival for this doesn't mean that another person can't do it. Yeah, we'll do it that way. So who wants to assist and who wants to do the actual roll?
I would say Sabir do the roll, and then so hold on. So there's 12 actual checks. We're
Correct.
doing rounds of checks, so each one of us only gets to do one per round.
Everybody has to do one before another person can go again.
Okay. So yeah. Okay, so it's like 3 rounds. Each of us gets.
Got it.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so
And you guys get to decide the order, but everybody has to finish one before somebody else can go
we
again.
don't know what the next one would be. So
Correct.
Well, okay. Well, if Sabir, what kind of check are you hoping for? If not a survival.
This is a survival, but you got so the survival check has a specific DC.
Mhm.
One of you other players can help lower the DC by making a decision on how you assist, and you can use any resource. So if you have a spell, if you have a feature, a feat, a trait,
Oh,
something like
okay,
that,
so it doesn't-
like
yeah.
how do I do this? That'll help lower the DC.
Okay.
I gotcha.
All right.
Depending on how well. So Shun, you're using if you use like navigator's tools for traveling by starlight, that would be a check.
I'm just kind of just
Like I said,
narrative.
nature or history for Vagari, that would be a check.
Okay. Does anybody have anything else before I do that?
I do not.
Go for it,
Besides-
my guy.
All right. Then,
Besides,
then I'll offer to lower the DC with a history check.
Okay. I'm going to tell you. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I haven't looked at it yet.
The DC for history to help lower the check is going to be 15. So for any assistance, you need to hit at least a 15 to lower the check.
Okay. So with +3, I literally rolled a 15, so 18 total.
18. All right. So the DC has gone down. Now, so here, roll your survival check.
And we can assist once per round.
I'm going to say that yes, only one person can assist once per round. So Shun has done the assist. Sabir has used the check. What'd you roll?
22.
22. You only rolled once, right? It's not the help
only rolled
action.
once.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah, absolutely. The two of you, you take point, start wandering. Shun, you're able to move the group further ahead at night and get a few miles under your belt before needing to take a rest. Sabir, being back in your native land, being back in the desert, the savannah, the banks of the Nar River, you are able to feel far more at home, and like this is your domain. Excellent. Okay. Next roll. So the next one is going to be, you're going to try to move quietly to avoid detection by patrols. So as you guys are walking across walking in the path, there are still caravans that take some of the same paths that you guys are able to take, sort of like smaller. Sorry, I thought I heard something. You guys are able to take smaller, different roads that caravans need to kind of divert out of the way, but there are still moments where you intersect, and there's moments where you come right up on the banks of the river, and there might be patrol boats. So the next one is going to be a stealth check.
I can
So-
roll that, but
Okay.
does anyone want to do the advantage or help with the DC? So I have a +6 to that.
You said it was concerning boats.
Yep. Well, no, not necessarily. It's avoiding patrols that are passing on the river and are also passing like on land. So this is a stealth check.
Got it. And we're just on open road. Is there any like vegetation or?
Yeah, there's vegetation. It's at different points in the journey. So it's a stealth check, but one of you is going to has to use a spell or a trait or something to make you guys more stealthy. So one person can. You also don't have to assist.
Can I
don't
let
think-
Chief down off my arm and tell him to like walk ahead a ways, and if he sees something, like signal us and we can like jump in a bush?
Well,
Because that's the only thing I got. I'm too big for this life.
I'm gonna say that a spider that has a movement speed of 20 is not going to be a great scout.
Please, we'll just slow down our pace.
Yeah, he's cute. He wants to help.
Look how cute he is. Just touches the sand, starts burning.
Starts burrowing.
One second thought, maybe you should come back on my shoulder.
Why is it so hot?
There's an opportunity for y'all to get creative with your spells and stuff. So who's going to help Shun? Also, nobody has to help Shun.
It's true. It's true. It would be on brand. It's like fun. I get to be by myself more.
Are there
I am
birds
sorry.
nearby?
There are birds here and there.
No.
What if I spoke to a bird and persuaded it to go ahead?
Okay. You're casting your ritual to speak with animals?
Yes.
All
I
right.
want to find a bird that looks like friendly. Like he looks charismatic and willing to help. Whatever that looks like in a bird.
Sure.
I don't pick the creepy vulture.
Don't talk to the vulture, the one that is the most likely to be observing the desert to scavenge for things, like literally lives in the sky locking its wings.
I'm
in order
judging
to
off appearances.
look
I see the
most
vulture,
amount
I'm
of
like,
stuff.
ugh.
Sure, you forego the vulture, and there is a heron, a crane, on the banks of the river that is kind of like looking in to catch fish, and it like shoots like its face down into the river to catch a fish. You cast your ritual. You think, I am a crane bird thing. I am a. And now you can speak to the crane.
Mr. Crane, if I ask a favor of you, I will make it very worth your while. I see you're catching fish there. I can catch fish far faster, so can my friends. We're expert fishermen. We can catch you a couple of fish for your troubles if you could maybe scout ahead a little bit and let us know if you see anything suspicious.
The crane looks at you a little bit. More fish?
Definitely more fish.
The whole time?
Depending on if you do a good job. If you do a good job, we will give you fish. Pretty good deal, right?
Make an animal handling check. Remember, you need to roll. You need to roll a 15.
Yep.
I'll say
I didn't
because
get
of
that.
animal handling, because of like speak with animal, you'll get advantage on this one.
Yay! Okay.
How many fish does it take to help us?
Oh my god, yay! I got a 17.
All right, that lowers the DC. You have conscripted a crane from the banks of the river. You go in, you convince some fish to speak to some fish. You grab them, and now you have a bag of fish, and it'll come down every so often for a treat, and it'll fly up ahead a little bit to kind of look for a patrol, and to give you like warnings here and there. So you're able to do this for a few days while you every so often go to the banks to pick something up. Shun, you may roll your stealth check.
Oh, it almost as perfect as you can get. That's a 25.
Oh yeah, easy enough. Super easy. You guys are warned well ahead of time, like, and the crane starts to kind of notice when the really, really shiny people are walking with the big shiny sticks. He comes back, he tells you, and you guys, like, you either get off the road, hide off, wherever you guys need to do. Okay. The next one, enduring long travel and physical exertion. This is an athletics check. How are people going to assist with this?
I'm like making up on the fact I'm not good at any of those.
The challenge is just being athletic.
The challenge is being athletic. It's to handle the long travel and do the physical exertion that walking takes, because this is a very long distance from
Alright,
Shell Hill.
I'm down to do that because I've done this before.
This
I'm
is-
hefty. I can pick up bags and carry them over my shoulder.
This is multiple weeks. All right, is anybody going to assist?
I will help Vagari, and I will also pick up a couple of bags.
I was gonna say, worst case scenario, Pudgy, aren't you my boyfriend? Like, help.
Oh yeah.
I didn't
Immediate
design
throw.
this with Pugy in mind, because I wanted to stay to you guys, but let's see, what can Pugy do to assist?
You could do is be like, all right, babe, I got this. Oh, my back. I would help, but ooh. Ooh.
Wordless.
I swear this never happens to me.
You're too old to procreate.
Here's what I'll say.
I must find
Pugy's-
another.
Pugy's very fast. He has a movement speed of 40. He's very fast. So, you know what? He's going to do a herbalism kit check. So this is what he's going to do. He's going to use the herbalism kit to, like, try to make these tinctures to give people, like, energy and better resolve for handling the arduous travel. Oh my god, that's awesome. 16. So it lowers the thing, and he just kind of like gives you like a little, like, prepares a little tea for you, and he's like, here you go, like, this will give us energy, like, drink that.
I shot it. I smashed the vial on the
You
ground.
don't need to do, I'm running out of them.
Sorry, it's really fun when it smashes on the ground like that.
Yeah,
It's
We
part
gotta go
of the
back.
culture.
I'll buy you more when we get to the next town.
okay, but we need this for the journey.
Do you have plastic ones?
Plastic doesn't exist in Tesla.
Oh, but they have guns? Oh, that's right. All magic.
Gunpowder's way older than
All
using
magic
oil
no
to make
pens.
plastic.
You're right.
Metal. Do you have metal then?
No, tin cups. No, he doesn't have any. They're ceramics. He's a monk. Okay, make your athletics check.
No advantage.
No advantage, but the DC is lowered.
I got a 10.
A 10 is not enough.
No.
So this is your
That
first.
T was spiked. No.
This is your first failure.
That's what you get for having
Oops.
Byyyeee help you.
Apparently.
No.
Does that count as 3 losses?
Okay. Because every time you guys succeed on an assist, the DC goes down by 2. And you were missing 1 to get there.
Boo. Okay.
Okay. The next one, you kind of had the bird doing this, but so this one goes to Hazel. This is a perception check.
Okay, I can do
This
that.
is to detect ambushes or patrols in advance. The bird is helping you guys with that regarding your stealth, so that helps. But that is for the stealth check, not for this check. So, what are people doing for perception? Or how are people helping perceive?
I've already
Can't use-
helped this
You
round.
can't use the
so-
bird. Yeah. So the only person that can help, I think, is
Severe.
Sabir.
Yeah.
So Sabir, what are you going to do to help Hazel?
I would kind of. Are we still like dunes and everything like that?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
part of it.
Okay, then I would probably start trying to crest the dunes, or at least get right up to the edge of it, sort of like how I used to prowl in the grasses at home, and just kind of get like really low and just kind of, wait for the wind to shift to where the sand is not coming up into the eyes, but the sand is actually blowing the direction of where we are to, and just kind of like trying, or at least if it's in nighttime, trying to point out the glints with dark vision, the glints of the shiny spears.
All right. So you're using your environment.
I'm assisting in the perception check and hiding amongst the dunes.
Okay, make a stealth check. This is going to be you scouting ahead because you have the second highest movement speed, so you're able to move faster than everybody else and scout ahead. So make a stealth check to see how well you're able to kind of scout ahead, aside from the bird.
7.
7 is not enough. Hazel, make your
Alright.
perception check.
That is an 18.
Yay.
18 succeeds. All right. The next check. Some of these are going to repeat because, there's only so many skills. This is a second stealth check. So now it resets. Everybody else can, but you can't help the same way you did previously. So this is another stealth check. Who's taking the check and who's helping? So Vagara used her speak with animals previously. Can't use that.
While we rest, whoever's taking watch, I can cast invisibility on them, so that they can go farther, just to keep scout. So when they come back, and we switch rotations, we at least know what's farther out ahead for the first or last watch or whatever.
You guys can also use Byyyeee for this, since you already used them. So you're going to cast invisibility on somebody to do the stealth so that they can move ahead and scout, is what you said?
essentially, yeah.
Okay, who's going to take the stealth check then? So you're using invisibility. Who's going to actually perform the stealth check?
My vote is on Byyyeee.
I mean, he's a monk. It's kind of what he trains for.
Plus, it would be nice for him to, go explore.
Okay. Because you're using magic, there isn't a skill check here for the DC. Expending magic like that is an automatic success. So this brings down the DC by 2. Oh my god, beats it.
Yay!
9 plus 4, 13. 15 minus 2, 13. Yeah. By the skin of his tusks.
Listen, buddy.
Hey, hey, I got it, right? I got it, didn't I?
Why were you singing? You
I-
were invisible. It does not mean you can just go. You know what? You did it. Good
Hey,
job.
I did it.
You
We're
did
good.
it. You did it.
All right. The next one is intimidation. Even though you manage to avoid detection, bandits sometimes are on the road. Sometimes there's wild animals on the road that come to try to affect you guys. Who helps how, and who's going to take the intimidation roll?
I'll help by using my manifest echoes to scare the whoever the bandits or the animals by having one appear behind them and just kind of make a noise out of nowhere.
Okay.
I was gonna say I could rage whenever we have to encounter somebody, and then because I'm pretty large, I have powerful build, I could puff up and be super intimidating and just charge the shit out of them.
So who's taking on the intimidation? Who's actually performing the check? So you're performing the check, Sabir. So Vigari's performing the check. All right, so Sabir, you're helping.
Yes.
Well, you already helped with... Oh, no, you helped last time with the perception, so you're good to go. And you said you're using your ghosts?
Mm-hmm.
That's not an expendable resource, is it?
No. I mean, technically, technically it is an expendable resource if I choose to attack. Actually, wait, no. No, it's not. I can summon one, and then I can use the attack action.
So
they can attack, they can make a noise.
Expendable resources grant you automatic successes. So your Daunting Roar would do that. Mm-hmm. By the way, you're not regaining. You're losing all these. Yes, you're traveling over days, but you're losing all these until you make it to Musbarak. So don't keep track of when you cast spells and stuff like that. It's part of the challenge. So with this, you can do a performance check, DC 15, to lower the DC, or you can use an expendable resource to guarantee a success. Your call.
You know what? The Daunting Roar actually makes more sense. So yeah, when Byyyeee steps up and does the intimidation, I'll just kind of below, just roar.
Meow.
Dauntingly.
Dauntingly roar.
Okay. Byyyeee, go for your intimidation check.
19.
19 is a success. You manage to puff up, get in people's faces, and you didn't see shit, and they just run off.
Sweet.
Okay. Part of the area, part of the path that you guys take is treacherous. So being able to move across these narrow sort of passageways and avoid sort of landslides and stuff from these small short valleys that you guys have to go through to avoid the main roads that the caravans go on is going to require some dexterity. This is an acrobatics check.
I have this assist all day. So like, if I don't know who I'm assisting, but because there are like boulders and like debris falling, I can like walk ahead of them and use Stone's Endurance to like cover them and like protect them from like falling debris and stuff.
Okay. All right. Acrobatics check. Who's next? Who's doing it?
I can do it.
You want to?
Sure.
Live and laugh on the edge.
All right.
Like
So you guarantee a success. It lowers the DC by 2.
Oh, fudge. I rolled a 6.
Plus,
Oh no, I rolled a 5 plus 1. That's a 6.
that is your second failure.
Damn it.
No.
That's all right. Win some, lose some. Keeps it exciting. Keeps it fresh.
All right.
So we
So
get
fresh
one
and so-
more fail.
Yes, if you get 3 failures, there's going to be a consequence of some sort.
No.
Okay.
Fucking die.
Ooh.
A rift opens up and you go to hell.
Home?
Okay.
Mother?
Hey, this is
So-
this is pretty good.
You guys have accomplished
Oh.
let me just go with this. The survival, the stealth, and the athletics. The perception, stealth, and the intimidation. So that's 6. And then you also did the acrobatics. So that's 7 successes and 2 failures. Okay.
There's 12, man. 3 is rough.
And this was supposed to be the
Well, you
easiest.
just gotta
It's
be
a
the
4th.
best, Sean.
It's a 4th. It's 1/4 of it. You guys are good.
Do by
Okay.
Third. Wouldn't make sense with 4 people having to do it.
yeah.
Okay.
You're testing the GMs.
A journey of this class, especially because you guys are walking and you're spending more time, you need to manage your resources carefully. So, finding or making the necessary supplies. This is an investigation check.
Are we on the next round, or is this still the previous round?
No, I think I think this is the last one
This is the
because
last of the second.
Okay.
it's just Shun. Yeah, this is the last one of the second. So Shun is the one that needs to perform it,
Mhm.
and then
Well-
who's the person who is able to assist? Hazel.
I can help with like druid crafts because I can like we're like finding stuff if it's dark. I can like light a candle. I can make a flower blossom. I can make wind leaves fall. Yeah.
Cantrips are not expendable resources because you can cast them indefinitely.
Dang it.
So you can use a cantrip, and I'm gonna have you roll something associated with it.
Uh,
What kind of features do you have?
not a lot that's gonna help on this.
Did you take?
I mean, I have dark vision.
Did you take Goodberry?
Quick.
Yeah, what kind of
Yes, I
spell?
do.
You have Goodberry.
No, she
Mhm.
didn't take Goodberry. Oh yeah, you did take Goodberry.
I do.
Look at you!
Yep.
You can
Goodberry
expend.
crunch.
Yeah, I
You
will
can
use
expend a
that.
cast of Goodberry, and that'll facilitate Shun from needing to help collect more of the resources.
Perfect.
These still taste like I'm putting razor blades in my mouth.
I actually
Sometimes-
totally forgot that I took that,
Shut
so.
up, Sabia. I'm doing what I can with what I am given. Thank you so much, Hazel. Look, this is a raw Goodberry. This is a Goodberry that has been over a fire for a little longer than the other one, and that is one that has been glanced by some water. Enjoy.
All
Enjoy.
right.
Why did you put it in a box that looks like it's a pirate, but also dressed as you?
Yes, you grow up with little siblings. You have to get them to eat one way or another, okay? Airships only go so far. Oh, 16.
That is a success.
Yay!
High five, Hazel.
Sailor-shans.
Finally
Okay.
helped on something. Yay!
We start at the next round. The last round. A journey like this is bound to incur some kind of injury of some sort. Wounds, in order to keep you guys from staying still or moving too slow, need to be tended to. This is a medicine check.
I can either help or roll. Either one.
I can help as well or roll.
Just got
I
the
have-
big applause.
I have a 3.
I have a 4.
So I
You have
shall
a-
help you.
You have a
Hazel.
4 to medicine. Pugy also has a 4 to medicine.
Mhm.
I will get out my bandages, and I will assist that way.
Okay. What I'll say for you to assist. Do you have proficiency in the herbalism kit?
Nope. No tools, my guy. I am a fighter through and through.
So you take your you're gonna use your bandages.
Go, Jason. I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry. And I will-
Bandages, I'm gonna say not good enough.
Okay.
What do you do with the bandages? Because you can't make a medicine check on a medicine check to assist. It needs to be something different.
True. You're right. All right. In that case, I will put them out of their misery and give them 4 vials of poison.
It's an automatic
Oh, my bad.
failure.
My bad. Oh, my bad.
It's
And I'll
turning
swap
into
it out with
Oregon
the-
I
Trail
should
where you're
note-
just giving us 4 potions that are actually laxatives and we die of dysentery.
If you harm the people that you're traveling with, that's an automatic failure.
I was joking. I'll give him the last potion of healing that I got.
Okay. Expending a healing potion, that'll definitely lower the DC.
That's
Hazel, go for it. That is big.
This puts a lot of pressure on me. I just want you to know that.
I believe in you.
I have
We
no
believe
way
in
of
you.
healing myself, Hazel.
Throw
This
that
roll
fucking
means
dice
everything.
away. Throw it away, burn it, crush it.
I rolled a 6.
Total?
Yeah.
Damn, you rolled a 2?
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay. That is
Wait,
your third.
What if I use my heroic inspiration? My DM inspiration that you gave me
Did have
last
a DM
session.
Inspiration.
That's.
He
Wo-
did, yeah.
Would you be able to give somebody else your inspiration?
It's the DM's rules, but I'll make that I'll make that that potion of healing super good looking.
You want to give Hazel your DM inspiration? Huh? Interesting. My instinct is to say no. I'll say this. We'll allow it. We'll allow it to give her advantage. We'll allow it. But these instances can only occur when the other person is in line of sight. It works like bardic inspiration in that way.
Okay, then I will stare Hazel directly in the face.
This is all you. All you.
Okay.
Please, heal them. Without it, they'll be dead.
Go on.
No pressure.
That is an 8, so a 12.
A 12 is insufficient.
Are you kidding me?
You are the worst healer I have ever seen, Hazel.
I know. I wasn't meant for this life. Have you seen me out here? Is anything going well? No. Can I do anything? No. I'm falling over. I can't heal. I hate this.
Here, Hazel, have a good berry that's been roasted on the fire.
Good berry roasting on an open fire.
Okay. Here's what's gonna happen.
Oh.
You've
I don't
accumulated
like this.
3 failures. You have a choice. You can either all take a point of exhaustion. Actually, I'm gonna make it random. You guys are gonna have one of you roll, or we can have me roll, whatever you guys want. There's 3 options. You're gonna get caught by authorities. You're gonna take a point of exhaustion, or you're gonna lose critical supplies. Those are the 3 rolls. So one of you is gonna roll a d4, re-roll on a 4, and we'll see which of the 3 things occur.
Just feeling like,
Okay.
Do not look at me.
hey,
My vote is
you got us
for
in-
Tiff.
got-
Like you
got
you
us
can't.
into this
yeah.
mess. Go on.
It's either Tiff or Puggy.
All right, well,
So someone's got to win one.
wait for your worst nightmare. So here you go. Ready?
Before nothing happens.
Oh, it was 4. All right, let's re-roll. 4 again.
Authorities is 1, point of exhaustion is
Okay.
2, losing critical supplies
I
is
think
3.
there's something wrong with my dice because I just rolled 3 4
That's
for
awesome.
my die. 2.
You all take a point of exhaustion.
Okay.
All right. That was, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're on the last one.
Great.
So who's got the last, I think Vagari's remaining, right?
Yes.
Oh no.
Okay. Vagari. Morale can drop significantly on a journey like this. How does anybody choose to assist here?
This is for what kind of check? Morale?
A performance check. It's to boost morale.
Oh,
Puggy does have something that could help here,
do it.
but it would have to be a check, and it can't be performance either. Well, it would be a
Let Pika do something. That'd be fun.
Puggy is proficient in painter's supplies, so he can sketch and paint stuff, and have some artwork to give people some inspiration, and he could body paint you to make you a little more charming and
Ew, because I'm not charming. Are you calling me ugly, Pudgy? Just kidding. Okay, so with that, every night before we go to bed, I have a bunch of stuff from my backpack. I have a water skin that's full of water, so I take a bunch of clay and I make little markings on my face, and I have a torch, so I light it and hold it under my face I'm telling ghost stories in a campfire. And I have little crocodile teeth from back when we were doing the prequel in the Nar, and so I make little necklaces, and I give them to everybody to give everyone a little team necklace tribal thing. And whenever I was growing up, I remembered my dad always telling me stories before bedtime of people who would go out and overcome adversity, or like Gilgamesh type of stories, crazy, over the top. So I would just tell them, and at the end I'd always relate us to the hero, that's gonna be us, we're gonna make it. Meh.
Puggy rolled a 15 on his a 15 exactly on his painter's supplies, so he
Okay.
helps. So the DC gets lowered by 2. Make your performance check.
Yay!
16.
That doesn't help. I rolled a 4.
Okay.
My stories weren't that good, I guess.
They were not. You kind of get distracted with your stories, and you keep looking over at Shun, who's a master storyteller, and trying to encourage you. It just doesn't make sense to you. You're just kind of get distracted. So that's another failure, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't really affect anything because you already had 3 failures. But that's all the skill challenge.
Oh, well, if I knew nothing happened, I wouldn't have cared as much.
It's still good to care.
I was like, I know, I'm gonna have to roll, and the authorities are gonna get us.
You super failed.
No.
So So you guys managed to make it down the path from Shalheel to Muzbarak. Now, as you approach Muzbarak, there are towering gold domes and spires, and they gleam in the city under the desert sun. The city sprawls along the banks of the Nar River, and its sandstone walls rising high to protect the bustling streets. Palms and lush greenery line the river, offering a stark contrast to the arid desert beyond that you all just traveled through. The sound of distant markets, prayer calls from towering minarets, and the clang of weapons from the Al Majid arena echo faintly through the air. The grandeur of the Sultan's palace dominates the skyline, while the vibrant energy of the city sounds below. You have all made it to Muzbarak, and I believe that is where we are going to call it for tonight.
Hell yeah. Uno, dos, tres, catorce! Bye!